Okay, so this is one of our minds-on activities from Unit 5, where we had the function f of x here. We were asked to find the second derivative, set it equals 0, and solve for x. So doing all of that, I get that x equals -2, and then plotting the point at -2, f -2 gives me this nice kind of point there. This point seems, it's a point on the graph, doesn't really seem to have much significance just yet. But what I'm going to do is kind of look at what's happening with the tangent line and kind of how does that change as I get closer to this point. Right, so right now I've got a point just kind of down here on the left, and the blue line is its tangent. And I'm moving, and can see that, yep, at the top the tangent should be flat, right? And then if I keep going, I'm decreasing now, so my tangent's getting lower. And then kind of same thing, we're underneath now. We've got this critical point where the slope is 0, and then it's increasing again. So we can kind of see our tangents doing some funky things. What I want to look at though is where the tangent is compared to the graph. So for all of these points right now, it might be a little bit easier to see here, but the tangent is actually lying above my function, right? This blue tangent line is on top of the black curve, and it's staying above, and even right now we can see that this tangent line is still above the curve. And it stays that way until I reach this point here, right? Until I reach this point at -2. And then if I keep going for all of these guys now, my tangent is underneath the curve. And even as I continue to go up and up and up, all those sections, the tangent lies below the curve. So for this kind of half of my graph, the tangents slide underneath the curve. Right? And then for this kind of section of my graph, all the tangents were lying above the curve. So kind of a neat observation. The other thing we can see is that kind of this section of the curve here to the left of this red point kind of resembles a frown, right? It's kind of opening down, whereas stuff on this kind of right-hand side, this more looks like a smile. This part is opening up.